Some of you may not know this, but there's now a sequel in the works that touches close to home.
Touches close to home typically refers to either something emotional that affects someone who has had a similar experience, or it can also refer to a threat of some type where the threat is very close to where they live or their home.
And another expression is to strike chord with someone, which means to affect someone strongly in an emotional way.
Exactly. If someone hears about something that happened where they had a similar experience, it's going to cause them to have many of the emotions that they previously had.
So a song usually are works of art, such as music or movies or a book can touch you close to home, correct?
Exactly. And there are certain types of experiences that a lot of people have that are very universal, or there's universal type feelings. So sometimes you'll get a song or a movie that touches close to home, and that's the reason why it's such a popular movie, because people can relate to it easily.
What was the last thing that touched you close to home? Do you remember?
Not really. Oh, well, there's a song, actually. There's a song, Bittersweet Symphony, that I talked about before that I liked. And that was the idea of life as a bittersweet experience, a combination of good things mixed in with bad things. And I was very impressed by the message of the song. Forrest Gump affected a lot of people close to home because they could relate to the idea of a defective person who was very successful because they were persistent. Some of the talk of some of the Republican politicians against amnesty hits a lot of Hispanic people close to home because they may know someone who is undocumented here in America, and they feel that the talk is directly insulting to them.
I think you just have to understand that the way the country moves forward, the way the world moves forward, requires a lot of elbow grease and stick-to-itness, and you can't get discouraged.
Elbow grease and stick-to-itiveness. Elbow grease refers to doing physical activities with your hands, like scrubbing floors, where the solution to the problem is vigorous physical effort. The analogy also carries forward to mental work as well, but largely it does refer to physical effort required to accomplish some task. I joined the Peace Corps and thought I would go to some foreign country and write a bunch of proposals. But what I ended up doing was a lot of tasks involving a lot of elbow grease. Building hospitals, starting up schools, helping to build roads, build bridges, all sorts of physical activity. Getting through medical school is not just a matter of brains and connections. It also involves a lot of elbow grease to work the long hours to reach the goal.
I think you just have to understand that the way the country moves forward, the way the world moves forward, requires a lot of elbow grease and stick-to-itness, and you can't get discouraged.
Stick-to-itiveness refers to an ability to persist in a task even though it does not appear that you are reaching your goal. There's an expression, it's always darkest before the dawn. and that people oftentimes give up on things right before they reach their goal, where if they just had a little bit more stick-to-itiveness, they would keep on going and they would reach their goal.
So stick-to-itiveness is the quality that allows someone to continue trying to do something through difficult and unpleasant experience, right? It's a perseverance.
That's correct. Stick-to-itiveness is perseverance.
And it's a made up word which gained popularity at some point, and it comes from a verb to stick to something, right? If you go through difficult times, someone will tell just stick.
People say stick to it.
Right.
Or stick to the task, where this would come from anything where there was a lot of effort involved, and where people get discouraged in the middle of the effort, and the boss might say stick to it, or someone that wants to offer them encouragement might say stick to it. And it could be something like a screenplay where the person doesn't think it's going to get made into a movie, but they stick to it, and then it becomes a blockbuster. Sylvester Stallone wrote the script for Rocky, and one of the studios wanted to buy the script from him. And he said no, he has to star in the movie. So he had a lot of ambition and stick-to-itiveness, and was very successful because of his stubbornness. I had to write a thesis in order to get my doctorate. It took 2 years. I was about to quit. But through stick-to-itiveness, I finished the thesis and I got my doctorate.
That's all for today. Tom Taylor is an ESL tutor. He teaches English in the United States and outside, all over the world, using Skype. He can be reached at his website, which is
ESL-fullsteamahead.com.
Click on this link and check out his website and email with questions. Thank you, Tom, and I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.